Shalom to everyone. Good morning, and what a wonderful Friday that I'm able to meet each and every one of you. I am glad to be part of you today. I am glad to see you, meet you. It is a wonderful month, the month of May, and we are glad that we have seen the day start. We have seen, and now it is around 12. It is already noon. So, here at the show, The Coach, we are very glad to be back once again, and I'll urge each and every one of you to keep it locked at The Coach at Shakina TV every Monday every Monday to Friday at this time, and we will be talking. We'll be having different different segment on different talks here and there every day. Okay, so I remember the last time we shared about mental issues. We shared about mental health, which we did we did junior mental health, and I've had recommendations that we need to have the senior mental health, that is the adult mental health. And remember, maybe just I go back and notify you that mental, it's what it affects, or it is what we think, what we feel, what we act as we cope with the life we are right now. So it also determines how you handle your stress. It determines how you relate to others, that is social relation, and physical relation, psychological relation, and also making choices. That is all about mental health. It is also important each and every stage. Remember, we had the youthful part, and now we are dealing with the senior. So in every, from a toddler to a teenage person to youths to adults, it always take that step. It is very, very important in each and every step in your life. So it includes in every, as you're aging, mental health is very important. So you need to look at that. You need to take note. You need to understand yourself in your mental. You need to have mental awareness for yourself. So today we are going to deal with older adult mental health, or we can call it senior mental health. And just as it was with the junior ones, it is the same as the senior ones, that it determines how you feel, it determines your social work, how you interact with others. It really determines your psychological approach and relationship, your well-being, your social well-being, the activities that you do each and every time. It determines. Okay, so it also majorly how you handle your stress, how you handle the lowest part of your life, the lowest part, let me just use part, how you handle it, how you relate to it, how do you fix things. For instance, that maybe you have lost one of your loved ones, how do you handle that? Or maybe life is tough, and to a point that you cannot even acquire one or two basic needs. How do you handle that? And that is what we want to learn as an adult person. What do you really do about it? And we come to find out that many older adults are at risk for mental health problems because they tend to hold so many responsibilities. They tend to hold a lot of things are going through their heads. A lot of things are going through their social lives, their love life, any kind of thing. Maybe it's job, maybe it's their businesses is not running well, and plus the family that they have to take care of. So it is sometimes overwhelming to a point that you don't even know how to handle it. You don't know how to deal with it. And that is now we bring in our mental awareness, that you have to be stable to handle 1, 2, 3 areas that are really bringing you down, or they really need to be dealt with. Okay, so when we are dealing with mental health problems, and now we have discovered that adults are prone to mental health problems. They are prone, they are at risk. It is easy for them to have this kind of problem: depression, anxiety, stress, and all that. But this does not mean that the mental problems are not normal, are not a normal part of the aging. They are. You reach a time. I remember my parents used to say that young people don't have stress. They do have, but what they don't know, what they most older adults feel satisfied with their lives, even though they may have more illness or physical problems. I can relate to this argument that most that most adult people, they feel satisfied with their life. Do you know why? They accept, for instance, now this family, young family or small family, or a family that is just starting, or a family that has been there, and then it's all about things have not been good for them. They are in a survival mode, you see, and now they just have to accept it. Like, yes, we are in a survival mode. That is what we have. Like, tumekubali. This is our condition. There's nothing. Or you find someone says that he or she's diabetic, and is like, I am diabetic. It's okay. It is my disease. This diabetes of mine, it has started, or this ulcers of mine has started. You feel so much satisfied because there is nothing you can do about it, or even if it's going to change, it might take some time, but you have accepted it now. So most of the adult people, they take it so satisfying, and they don't have a problem with it. Okay, especially physical problems and illness. Sometimes it is important. It is so important that life changes and can make you feel uneasy, stressed, sad, overwhelmed, and anxious. It depends with how the life has changed, because it's all about up and down, up and down. And you find when this person who was here, and then later on he comes here, it is not easy. In fact, this person has lost a lot of things. Self-esteem has gone down, hopefulness has gone down, no trust issues, trust issues no more. They don't believe in themselves, they cannot do this, they cannot do that, they are stressed, they are sad, they are anxious, they are depressed. Okay, because now the life is here, and now he has now come to this point. Okay, so adjusting to yourself, you really need to know how to adjust yourself. When this is the runway, how do you squeeze yourself in this runway? When this is the runway, how do you pass through this runway? Of course, this one will be comfortable, but this one will be so depressing, stressful for you to find a way to reach at the end of the tunnel. But it is very, very doable if you just fix something small in your head. For instance, I just use an example that, for instance, in life changing, there's this person who was here in terms of finances or what, the life was good, and then later on he drops down here. But there's maybe, for instance, you lose one of your loved one, your daughter, your son, your mother, your father. It is so hard. You will get some people will not release it. Some will just accept it and move. Some wouldn't. Some will hold on to it. Some will, it will be hard for them to adjust. But it tends to be a trouble. But once you just fix yourself and accept it, and just have an awareness about your mental status, because once your mental status has been tampered with, everything is scattered, everything is withdrawn, everything is in a mess. So um, it is very important to recognize and and treat if it because it grows from now all these things, and then it develops to a disorder. And once it is a disorder, it is now a problem. So once you have graduated into that, because I understand within a short period of time you find yourself into mental disorder, it is very important to seek medical advice. It is very, very important, especially even if you're not yet, it has not yet graduated to disorder. It is very, very advised that once in a while go and have a therapy, go and visit a psychological doctor, go and check your mental status. How is it? Because in everyday activities that we move on, it really affects the life that we live. Today has got its own challenges. The challenges of today is not the challenge of tomorrow, or the challenge of today might increase tomorrow, cling on tomorrow. It depends which one. So you really need to once in a while visit a therapist, go and have a therapy over your mental life, mental health, and see, are you okay? Is stress really putting you down? Because some of this mental disorder brings a lot of sickness. It attracts a lot of sickness here and there. You find you're diabetic, you find you have chronic ulcers, you find you have hypertension. You see those kind of diseases that are not good. I will urge, it is best if you visit a physician to help you know your mental health, your mental stability. How is it working? Let these people help you. Seek advice from the physicians and let them help you. Or have someone to talk to. Spill it out. Do not let your mind, do not let your your mental health deteriorate from where it used to be. Okay? So these disorders, once you just sleep, this disorder don't just cause mental suffering. They can also make it harder for you to manage other health problems. Just as I've said, it attracts, it brings, you have stress ulcers, you have stress hypertension, you have stress high blood pressure, you have stress, you have depression, you're running mad, you are sad. It attracts a lot of diseases, and we really need to be careful about this. Let us care for our mental being. Let us care for our mental health. And some of the warnings, or some of the signs that are very warning, that are clicking an alert in mental disorder in adults as we grow, as we move on with this life. Then the number one thing is change in mood or energy level. Sometimes the mood fluctuates here and there. Sometimes your mood changes when it is not supposed to. A change in your eating or sleeping habits. You have a lot of stress. You don't sleep. You don't get enough sleep. And once you don't get enough sleep, your brain is tired. Okay? Your brain tends to be working a lot of time. Remember, your brain has worked through the whole day. It has helped you think, make decisions, problem solving, everything. It has really worked the whole day. And now when it is time for you to go and rest so that your brain may rest, you're not resting. You are now overthinking. Your head is clicking here and there, clicking left, right, and center. You have excluded yourself from the social life. That is a very big warning that you have mental disorder, and you really need